This first one just says edit it. They're telling us that there's something going on with this sentence, something wrong. It says John ate 3 pieces of sausage pizza for supper. And they're telling us we have to change something to something else. Who thinks they know what that change is? There's only one mistake in here, only one change we have to make, but what is it? Nakai, you think you found it? No, supper's okay. It's spelled correctly, they're using it correctly. It makes sense in the sentence. The supper's just another word for dinner. Well, that's okay, because you can eat pizza for dinner, that makes sense. But there's something else, there's some mistake here. Alexa? Okay, it's this. The 8 is the wrong kind of 8. What kind of 8 is this? E-I-G-H-T. If I spell it that way, Alexa, what is it? This is like the number 8. So we have to change that number 8, E-I-G-H-T, to the 8, the kind that you do with your teeth and everything. That would be A-E. All right. The next one says revise and edit. And this is a lot like that last box in our daily language review. We have a sentence and they ask us what is the best way to revise the sentence above. So this time what we're doing is instead of just fixing one mistake, we're actually rewriting our sentence. We're trying to make it better. So our sentence says, my brother yelled in cold ocean water and pushed me down in the cold ocean water. What do you think is a mistake they made here that we should fix or that we should get rid of? What's something that we could do better in that sentence? My brother yelled in cold ocean water and pushed me down in the cold ocean water. Do you guys hear anything strange with that sentence? Bailey, I see you nodding your head. What do you hear that's strange with that sentence? What's a little bit funny or a little bit weird about that sentence? Okay, I agree with you. Here it doesn't really make sense for me. Yelled in cold ocean water. Like, I don't know if they're trying to say that he stuck his head in the ocean and then yelled, or if he yelled and instead of speaking English, he was speaking cold ocean water. I don't know if that, I don't think that's a language, but it's kind of what it sounds like. Is there anything else that we notice that's a little bit strange or a little bit weird? Aileen? Okay. I think we could do that. Maybe change push to pulled, but it depends on where he is, right? Because if he's behind them, he would push them and they'd go into the water. If he was in front of them, then he has to pull them. I don't know. It says my brother, so maybe his sister or if he has a brother. Someone who's related to him. The other thing I notice here is that Christopher, is that what we're talking about right now? Okay, but right now I need you focused on this, okay? The other thing I notice is that cold ocean water is repeated. In my sentences, I don't want to repeat myself. I want to try to just say it one time and that's it. So we found two things that I want to look at. Yelled in cold ocean water. We want to fix that so it makes a little more sense. And I want to see if maybe I can find a sentence that doesn't repeat itself. Okay? Answer choice A. My brother yelled in the cold ocean water that pushed me down. What do we think about that one? Give me a thumbs up if you think it sounds good. Give me a thumbs down if you think not really. All right, I see some of us have our thumbs, some of us not. We're still thinking about it. So again, if you think it's good, give me a thumbs up. If you think it's bad, give me a thumbs down. Okay. I see that we've got some mix. Some of us say yes, some of us say no. This one, I got to think about these two changes that we said we wanted to see. It still says that he yelled in the cold ocean water. So it didn't fix that. It did make sure that it didn't repeat itself, but I see that they changed something else. It says the cold ocean water that pushed me down. So in our sentence, our first one, they're telling us that it's the brother who's pushing the other person into the ocean water. This sentence is saying that it's the ocean water that's pushing the other person. So they're changing what's happening. It wasn't the ocean that pushed him, it was his brother. So this sentence wouldn't work for me because they're changing what's happening. They're changing the story. They're saying that it was the ocean that pushed him and not the brother, but that's not what happened. I'm going to get rid of that one. That one would have been fine if they hadn't changed the story. B. My brother yelled as he pushed me down in the cold ocean water. What did they change here? What's different here or new for answer choice B? Haley, what did they do to it? Okay, they added the word as. They also put a period there. So instead of being one sentence, now they broke it in half and they have two. Whenever you take one sentence and you break it into two sentences, you have to be very, very careful. A lot of times people will break one sentence into two and they'll make a mistake and they'll have an incomplete sentence. If I check to see if they're both complete, I can tell whether they broke it apart correctly or they just broke it. I believe that my brother yelled. That one sounds okay. That's a complete sentence. Fine. I believe that as he pushed me down in the cold ocean water. That one, I don't know. That one doesn't sound as good altogether. If it wasn't for the period, I think it would sound good. If this was one long sentence, that would have been fine. But as two sentences, it doesn't sound as good. C. My brother yelled about the cold ocean water. He pushed me down. What do we think about answer choice C? Again, give me a thumbs up if you think it's good. Give me a thumbs down if you don't like it. My brother yelled about the cold ocean water. He pushed me down. All right, I'm seeing some mixed answers again. Some of us say yes, some of us say no. Jaylene, what do you think? Okay, so that could be what happened. Maybe that's why he was pushing him, because he got mad and he was angry. So maybe when he pushed him, he was angry. Make him look angry. That's why he pushed him into the ocean water. Maybe this sentence is almost perfect, almost beautiful and wonderful and fantastic and amazing, but it made one mistake. One little teeny tiny mistake. When I have two sentences, and here I have two complete sentences, I can check that. I believe that my brother yelled about the cold ocean water. I believe that he pushed me down. Both of those sound fine. But if I want to kind of glue them together and make them into one long sentence, I need two things. One of those things is a comma. The other one is a conjunction. So a word like and, or, yet. This sentence doesn't have one of those. It just has the comma. If I just have the comma, it doesn't work. I can't glue those two sentences together with just one of those parts. So this one, almost, but not quite there. The last one, my brother yelled and pushed me down in the cold ocean water. This one fixes our first problem. He didn't yell in the ocean water, he yelled and then he pushed the person down. And they don't repeat the cold ocean water. And I agree with Giselle. Jaylene. This sentence kind of makes it sound like what she said is true. That maybe the brother was angry or upset, and then he pushed whoever it was, brother or sister, into the ocean water. Probably because it was cold and they knew that it wouldn't be very comfortable or fun. So that one would be the best choice to pick. All right. Now for our Thursday page. This box says trophy words. Fill in the boxes about the word. Our word is admire. We need an ordinary word, a regular everyday word that has a very similar meaning to admire. If I look back at Monday, what's the regular word that means the same thing as admire? What regular word means the same thing as admire? Who can tell me? Christopher? So if I look here, admire was letter B. If I look next to nice, it has a letter C. So nice isn't the regular word for admire. Which one? It's like. So we said admire is when you find someone who is like really nice or really helpful, or could even just be someone who's really good at something like basketball or football, or has a really cool talent. You go, man, I want to be just like that person. I want to be just like them. That's when you admire someone. So the ordinary word would be like. So now we need a picture. What's a picture we could draw that would show someone admiring someone else? what might it look like if you had one person admiring someone else? What do you think, Kylie? Okay. Okay. So let's draw that. And I like what you said, that there's someone who runs track and they're really good at it. So let's draw a person and they're running. And they're really good at it, you said. So I got to make sure I make them look fast. So they're running around a track. And you said someone else is looking at them. Okay. And so they're looking at them and they're like, wow. Wow. Wow, they're really good. And they want to be just like them. Okay. Who can give me a sentence that would describe this picture? What's happening in this picture if we had to write it in a sentence? What could that sentence say? Haley? What's a sentence that we could write that would match this picture? Okay. I want to see if I can use the word admire in my sentence. So someone is watching someone else. Let's give them names because I don't want to just keep saying someone or somebody. So what could we name this person? Can we give them your name? Is that okay? Or do you want to be the person running? Okay. Okay. So do you want to be the person watching or the person running? Okay. So we can put Haley admired, and let's give this other person a name, the person running on the track. What name do you want to give them? Okay. Admired highly because she could run so fast. Okay. Now it all matches. So we know that admire means that you like someone, like, wow, you're really impressed with them. We have the picture, and then we have Kaylee admiring Kylie because she's running so super fast. All right. This next box here is a spelling check. The words here are misspelled. We have to write them spelled correctly on the line. So the first word is little. They spelled it Littel. But that's not the way it's supposed to be spelled. How would I write it if I want it to be spelled correctly? Alexa? Perfect. So here, they switched these two, the E and the L, and they put them in the wrong place. What about tomorrow? Our next word is tomorrow, and they spelled it Tomorrow, but it's not spelled correctly. How would I spell tomorrow if I want it to be spelled correctly? Messiah? Perfect. So here for this tomorrow, they forgot to put the second R. It needs two. Okay. They want us to write another sentence here. This time, we have to use this phrase. Time flies. What does that mean when they say time flies? Do they mean that like your clock is going to grow wings and fly around your room, or what are they trying to say? What are they trying to say? Christopher? Okay, so what they really mean is time goes really fast. What's a sentence that we could write that uses the phrase time flies? Well, the clock should go as fast as the time, right? Because that's what tells you what time it is. But what's a sentence I could use that says time flies? When does it feel like time goes by really fast? Okay, so sometimes if you're watching like something that you really like, right? What's a TV show we could say if you were sitting down and you were watching a TV show? What's a TV show that you could watch and you think, "Oh, it's only been a little bit of time." But then you're right. You look at the clock and you go, "Oh my gosh, it's so late. I need to go to bed." What's a TV show we could say? Okay. So, time flies when I watch. Well, the show's not called Mickey Mouse, right? What's the name of the show? Okay. We got to make sure, since it's the title of the show, that we capitalize it. Okay. We finished with our Thursday phrase.